Hey, Mark Lambert here in the Sweet Swan of Mine Distributing Test Kitchen. We got something different for you today. We are going to make steak bites. Kind of like jerky, but we're making it with steak, and we're making it a little bit thicker. We're using some Wilsonshire today and going to super express tumble it to the Marinade Express. We're going to get us some steak bites going as quick as possible. I'm hoping to have these done in about 5 hours. I'll let you know how it turns out. This is how we're going to do it. Check it out. Okay, so we took our knife here and cut up our steak. These are just regular, cull ribeyes from a steak contest. And we cut them up in some 1/2-inch square by ribeye steak long pieces. So 1/2-inch square by about 7 inches long, neighborhood of that. This recipe is going to be super simple. We're going to expedite our marinating process, and we're going to put all of these pieces inside the Marinade Express. Marinade Express is just a vacuum tumbler, y'all. It pulls a vacuum in there and it draws in the marinade much quicker than it would if we just soaked it over. It would take overnight to do what we're going to do here. I'm going to say in neighborhood of 20 minutes, somewhere in there. So we're going to use a whole bottle of Wilsonshire, and we're going to use a little cure. Now, cure is preservative, if you will, and because we're cooking this at such a low temperature for so long, we don't want it to have any spoilage. This ensures that it's done extra safe. So we're going to take a little less than a teaspoon of cure number 1, which is pink salt. We're going to add that right in there. Then we're going to take 1 entire bottle of Wilsonshire. This is about 4 pounds of meat, y'all. Get rid of that. Now I'm not going to measure this, but I like red pepper, crushed red pepper flakes. I'm going to add a little bit. Don't want a ton of it, just want some flavor. And of course, because it's steak, I like to have a little black pepper. I'm going to add a teaspoon of red pepper and a tablespoon or so of black pepper. And there we have it. So we're going to take our lid on the Marinade Express, and we are going to turn that to there. We're going to take our vacuum. We're going to pull our vacuum on this guy, and we're going to turn it to unlock so we can pull a vacuum, and we turn it on, and we're going to go to vacuum. This is just drawing all of the air out of this thing. And the Marinade Express, even though you can't see it off to the side, is drawing it down, and it gives you a percentage. It's at 44% right now. And it's just drawing the air out of it. And what that allows us to do, it takes this steak in and out as it turns, takes it in and out of this marinade a little at a time, and it draws it in slowly. And once this stops, we're going to turn it to a lock position, and we're going to start our tumble. We're at 100%. I'm going to turn it to lock. Turn her off. And we're going to start our vacuum tumble. Alright, so we've got all our seasoning in. We've got our meat. We've got our marinade. We're going to set our chamber on the tumbler. We're going to turn her on. And I'm just going to go over here and hit meat and poultry, steaks. It says 10 minutes. And start to tumble. And that's it, y'all. This is going to tumble for 10 minutes or so, and it'll completely absorb all of this Wilsonshire. Speaking of this, y'all, I think I need to shake this up a little bit. I want to make sure I did just dump that stuff in there. And I want to make sure that I expedite how my black pepper and red pepper is distributed in there. And there we go. We're going to let it tumble. It's going to suck this marinade up and allow us to get it in the dehydrator much faster, whereas we normally would have to let it soak overnight. When this finishes, we'll take it on our dehydrator racks here, and we'll get it going in there, and we'll have some good jerky tonight. This is going to be awesome. Thanks y'all for watching. Okay, we've got our meat out of the marinade. It spent 10 minutes in the Marinade Express. It's going to release our vacuum on the chamber here, and then we can just pop this top rod off of there. Still on there pretty darn good, but that's it. There it is, and man, does that smell good. There's what it looks like, and we're just going to go and get these bites spread out. We don't want to crowd it, but we're going to make sure that we get as much on a rack as we can. Going to leave space. Make sure they're not touching is the main thing, y'all. And we're just going to spread these out. Work our way along here. I'm going to get a piece of paper towel so I don't mess up my bottles here. And we've got a little Sweet Swan of Mine Texas beef rub, and we've got a little Boar's Not Out double garlic butter white lightning. And we're just going to put a tiny bit of each on there, of each one. Don't want a ton, just a tiny dust of both of these rubs on there. And I'm not going to turn it over or anything, as long as I've got some on there on one side. And I like the Texas beef, really. It's my blend. I made it the way I want it, which is with a lot of black pepper. It's really beefy. It's got some dehydrated beef fat in it even. But the main thing we're looking for in here, salt, pepper, onion, garlic, black pepper. We're going to make sure that it's got just an even coat. I don't want it thick. There we go. Now we're going to take these into the dehydrator at 140 degrees. And like I said, ours is a 12 rack limb dehydrator, and it has a fan to circulate the air in there. We'll show you what they look like when they come out. Man, can't wait. This is going to be some good duck blind food, deer stand food. All right, we got our racks ready to go in. I'm going to go on the top rack here. Oop, got to turn them the other way. Picked them up wrong. They go in like this. Going in there and going in the rack. Probably going to skip one for good airflow. We're going to take our door, slide it over there, and turn her on. Now it's just time to wait. We'll set the timer for 4 hours and check on it. Okay, it's gone a little longer than I expected, I guess because of these thick pieces, and I didn't dry it off before I put it into the dehydrator. So those things would have sped the process up, so you can learn from my mistake. Dry it off a little bit before you put it in the dehydrator, and it'll speed it up. Probably you'll get 5 to 6 hours. This took a full 7, but I want you to see what the texture looks like. We're going to slide this off, and let's look at this. Look at that texture. So it bends, but as you can tell, it will break. So it's got a nice color to it. And the fat's even pretty good off of the end. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's great. So it's really firm, and when you look at it after you break it, it's got a nice color from the cure, but it's nice and dry. And this isn't like something that's, you know, preserved for months and months and months. This is something you probably eat up in about a month. But because of the cure and because of the moisture content's down, this right here is good snack meat. So if you want a little bit drier, you can do that, but keep in mind this is a thick piece of meat, and it's going to get pretty tough and hard to chew. I like to make sure and keep a little moisture in it so that it is easy to chew. But man, it's really steaky. Has a great steak flavor to it, and as you can tell, it's all ready to go. So make yourself some steak bites. I think you'll like it. Subscribe to our channel. You're gonna have all kinds of good eats, good recipes, and some useful, some useless knowledge. We have fun doing it. God bless you. Thank you for watching.